The News Hour Special Edition.
Hello and welcome. Thank you very much for joining us here on Times Now. This is the News Hour Special Edition this Saturday evening, and I'm Hina Gambhir. Viewers, the blast in Delhi near the Red Fort, where the tricolour is unfurled on our Independence Day, claimed precious lives. What preceded and followed it were a series of shocking revelations. People who had trained to save lives as doctors were the perpetrators. Every shred of evidence leads to a white-collar conspiracy. Involvement of a sinister module of doctors and the threat of indoctrination pushing people towards triggering terror against the nation. It's a case of life-saving doctors turning demons, doling out death. Our security personnel and intelligence agencies averted a huge threat by seizing mountain of explosives in Faridabad. Their actions spread panic among the doctors of death, and the Red Fort blast resulted. The probe by our agency's viewers is still underway. They need the support of the public to piece together the conspiracy and diffuse future threats. They need our political leaders to stand with them by keeping the narrative positive. But then, terror attacks and deaths of innocent have little value for our netas. Their slogan is politics first. For a few votes more, even before the probe is over, before the guilty are made to face a trial, the leaders in Kashmir are not questioning the act of terror, but questioning why they turned terrorists. They want to create a layer of sympathy for them by giving a benefit of doubt to these doctors of death, who did not even think twice before getting 2,900 kg of explosives and becoming part of killing fellow Indians. Listen in to what NC Chief Farooq Abdullah had to say.
जो जिम्मेवार हैं उनसे पूछे क्यों इन डॉक्टरों को ऐसा क्या हुआ। अभी हम दिल्ली की मुसीबत से निकले ही नहीं थे, जहां हर कश्मीरी पे उंगलियां उठाई जा रही हैं।
फरीदाबाद की बात करिए, आज जो यहाँ सिचुएशन है, आने वाले टाइम में खुदा न खास्ता फिर से हमें वो ऑपरेशन सिंदूर वाला माहौल दिखता है।
मैं उम्मीद कर रहा हूँ कि ऐसी बात नहीं होगी। हमारे 18 आदमी मारे गए, हमारे बॉर्डरों पर नुकसान हुआ। अल्लाह करे ये दोनों मुल्क अपने ताल्लुकात बेहतर कर सकें।
Now viewers, this is pretty much in line with what other opposition leaders have said about the action so far. Listen in.
अपनी नाकामी को छुपाने के लिए किसी को पकड़ के जेल में डाल देना, मैं समझता हूँ ये बहुत बड़ा जो है नाइंसाफी है।
इतिहास है कि कई बार ऐसे घटना जब होती है, इस तरह का वाकया होता है, तो कुछ इनोसेंट लोगों को भी उसमें इन्वॉल्व कर दिया जाता है। और वो मेरा ख्याल है कि पुलिस जानबूझ के करती है, वो अपना खाना पूरी करने के लिए।
जिन पे शक है अभी तक, उनके घर वालों को, उनकी फैमिलीज को, उनको मुजरिम समझ के पूछताछ न करें।
हमेशा होता है, जरा कुछ हुआ तो मुसलमानों को पकड़ने का, अंदर डालने का, कुछ किसको भी बेगुनाह लोगों को भी अंदर डालने।
ये बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट जो हुआ है 10 तारीख को हुआ है, 11 तारीख को चुनाव है बिहार के अंदर, अभी आप भी देखे होंगे।
BJP then slammed NC chief that earlier Mehbooba Mufti gave a clean chit even as the investigation is underway. Now Farooq Abdullah is doing the same thing. Listen in.
मुझे समझ नहीं आता, कल महबूबा मुफ्ती साहिबा ने क्लीन चिट दे दी जांच जिन पर हो रही है, आज फारूक अब्दुल्ला साहब ने क्लीन चिट दे दी। क्या फारूक अब्दुल्ला साहब को पता है कि जो ये चेन पकड़ी गई है, जिनमें डॉक्टर्स फ्रेटर्निटी के लोग भी हैं, उनके रिलेटिव्स हों, उनके फ्रेंड्स हों, उनके जान पहचान के लोग हों, वो इन्वॉल्व नहीं है? फारूक अब्दुल्ला साहब को कैसे पता चला?
आतंकी बचाओ गैंग एक बार फिर से काम पर। डॉक्टर्स ऑफ टेरर, आतंक के डॉक्टर्स का पूरे नेटवर्क का भांडाफोड़ हुआ है। हमारी सुरक्षा एजेंसियों ने इस आतंक के डॉक्टर के नेटवर्क के साथ 2500 से 3000 किलो एक्सप्लोजिव पकड़े। एक बहुत बड़ा हमला रोका गया। दिल्ली में ब्लास्ट हुआ, उसमें कई सारे हमारे बेगुनाह मारे गए, परंतु हमारी सुरक्षा एजेंसी और आतंकवाद के खिलाफ लड़ने वाली हमारे जाबाज शूरवीरों के साथ खड़े होने के बदले एक पूरा स्पिन डॉक्टर ऑफ टेररिज्म वाला जो इकोसिस्टम है वो आतंकियों की पैरवी कर रहा है। और उसमें अब फारूक अब्दुल्ला शामिल हो चुके हैं, इंडी गठबंधन के बड़े नेता। कहते हैं कि ये व्हाइट कॉलर आतंकी क्यों बने, इसकी वजह में जाना होगा। ये
Now, viewers, these new age messengers of death are not gullible, jobless, uneducated citizen. Farooq Abdullah, who heads the National Conference, a seasoned politician from Jammu and Kashmir, is saying the question to be asked is why these doctors had to take this path. Not just that, he even went on to say nothing came out of Operation Sindoor and he hopes that both nations improve their relations. So tonight we debate. By saying this, is Farooq Abdullah out to deepen his vote bank? Do these comments help India's fight against terror or the global cradle of terror, Pakistan? Can an act of killings innocent be justified in a land governed by the Indian Constitution? And to discuss it, I'm joined on the broadcast by my guests. We have Sanju Verma, National Spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, SP Vaid, former DGP Jammu and Kashmir, Zishan Rana Gujar, spokesperson of NC, Advocate Nikhil Jain, who is a political analyst. We also have with us Professor Atikur Rahman, who is a political analyst. Good evening to all of you. Thank you very much for joining us here on this debate this Saturday evening. Mr. Farooq Abdullah wants to know why these doctors had to take this path. He thinks this is something that needs to be asked today. So I want to begin by asking each one of you. I'll give you 10 seconds each. It's a request. Please stick to the time here. Then, of course, we'll enter into the debate. My question is this. If this is what Mr. Farooq Abdullah wants to know, I want to ask each one of you. Osama was from a rich family of Saudi Arabia. Why do you think he chose terrorism? Let's begin with you, Professor Atikur Rahman. 10 seconds.
Find this the question which Mr. Farooq Abdullah is asking is being asked by every concerned citizen of India, that why the indoctrination of these people. I am not supporting terrorism. On every platform, even on Times Now, I have said that the Muslim community owes responsibility towards all these indoctrinated people, the Muslims. After all, every scar of it will be coming back to the community. And we own our head should be in shame today. But the question is, why this is happening? Is the government of India not going to answer? I will answer it. It is my community's failure. I am accepting the responsibility. Why not the government of India ready to echo my voice that why is this happening? Why the Muslim professionals are doing it? Why and why and why?
Okay. Why are they doing it? That's the question, of course, that needs an answer. SP Vaid, sir.
See, this is in fact a huge challenge for not only our own country but the security establishment, that why educated Muslim doctors are picking up terrorism. A rational mind, scientific mind, a doctor is highly educated. It is a huge challenge, and I think we need to go into the causes of this and find a remedy. Whatever causes are, whether it is on religious radical teachings, whether it is the political Islam, whether it is exploitation of incidents like Gujarat riots or Babri Masjid demolition by Pakistan ISI to radicalize our youth. I think we as a nation need to go into all these causes and then find answers and take countermeasures. It is a huge challenge to the country and country's security establishment.
Okay. Sanju Verma, you know that question specifically I asked about Osama because Dr. Adil, the first one to get arrested in this particular case, earned some 4 lakh rupees a month. So these are not uneducated, vulnerable people that we're talking about who don't have roofs on their head, whose families are not taken care of.
You know, Hina, to your straight question, my pointed rebuttal is this. Professor Atikur Rahman said, why? Why is the indoctrination happening? Why is political Islam thriving? My simple answer is this. There are very few people who are ready to accept the fact that terror indeed has a religion. That religion is radical Islam. You can call it political Islam, you can give it different names, but the fact is, radicalized Islamist ideology, this is not Sanju Verma saying it. The United Nations says 9 out of top 10 terror organizations in the world have a radical Islamist DNA, be it ISIS, Boko Haram, Harkatul Mujahideen, Jaish-e-Mohammed, Jamaatul Dawa, Al-Qaeda, Hamas, Hezbollah, so on and so forth. The limited point is that you have A, terrorists, B, you have people who have, decided to be terror apologists. I see many progressive Muslims from the Muslim intelligentsia. They will never call out the bluff of radical Islamist terror for what it is. They try to deflect, digress. यदि कोई 4 बार बैंड बाजा बजाकर जय श्री राम बोलता है during cover yatra, I have seen big social media handles on social media saying, Jai Shri Ram is a war cry. Jai Shri Ram is provocative. What was the need to have loud DJ music during cover yatra? But the same people, they have been absolutely quiet, Hina, when Gustake Rasool ki ek hi saza, sartan se juda bolkar, Rajasthan, Udaipur mein, Kanhaiya Lal ki gardan रेत दी गई थी और महाराष्ट्र में उमेश कोले की गर्दन रेत दी गई थी. The entire Darbari ecosystem kept absolutely abysmally quiet, refusing to even accept that radical Islamist ideology is behind 9 out of top 10 terror incidents that happen globally.
Okay. Professor Atikur Rahman wants to come in, but before that, let me take the opening comments from my other guests as well. Then I'll open up this debate. Advocate Nikhil Jain.
First of all, my condolences to the families who've suffered this terrible loss in the dastardly terror attack that has happened in Jammu and Kashmir. Now, Pakistan and anti-India actors are radicalizing and indoctrinating our own people to act against the Indian state, to act against Indian citizens, and all of this is happening under the nose of the government. DGP Vaid makes a very pertinent point that we have to identify causes and mitigate them so that these attacks don't happen in the future. But what does the representative of the ruling party on your show do? She's essentially trying to inflame communal passions by bringing Islam and then some Hindu festivals into it. She's trying to make it a war of religions instead of taking a shred of responsibility for the absolute horrible security failure that has happened under her government. The bloods of these people is on the hands of her government and her party, but she will not talk about it. Then she also talks about a Darbari ecosystem. I'm sure she considers me as a part of that Darbari ecosystem. So let me just remind her, I have always condemned all acts of terror, all acts of vigilantism, whether conducted by a Muslim or a Hindu, whether it was the murder of the man Kanhaiya Lal, or whether it is the murder of these people who have died in Srinagar, or the people who died in Delhi, or the people who died in Pulwama, our soldiers, or the people who have died in the countless terror attacks that have happened under this government. But what will her party do? The Prime Minister will carry out a victory parade 3 days after a terror attack, 1 day before a terror attack, because for them, as you pointed out, Hina, politics first. बिहार में चुनाव जीत गए, बहुत अच्छी बात है. गृह मंत्री वहां पर जाके मौर्य होटल के
बीजेपी की पॉलिटिक्स तो नजर आ रही है, लेकिन फारूक अब्दुल्ला ने जो बात की है उसमें आपको पॉलिटिक्स बिल्कुल नजर नहीं आ रही है. I will get Sanju Verma to respond to the specific points you have made, Advocate Nikhil Jain, and also I have another counter question for you. But before that, let me take the opening comments from Zishan Rana Gujar as well. I mean, when it comes to Mr. Farooq Abdullah, he's not a new politician. He is a seasoned politician in Jammu and Kashmir. He understands the politics there. He understands what happens in Kashmir as well very well. Why do you think he's asked this question? What is the motive? Does he not know what happens when people are radicalized, indoctrinated?
See, first of all, let me make it absolutely clear that any attack, whether it happens in Delhi or in any other place of this country, is a matter of deep concern and must be condemned unequivocally. But at the same time, I would say that, that it is important that we approach such incidents with restraint and responsibility. as far as Dr. Farooq Sahab's statement, I would say that it is a matter of concern that why doctors are taking this path, and the people who are at the helm of affairs must answer this question, because we are not at the helm of affairs. We are not controlling the law and orders in Jammu and Kashmir and even in the country. People who are at the helm of affairs are responsible and must answer this question. A BJP spokesperson sitting in the debate, they should also come and speak about who should hold the accountability, why people are choosing this path. And it is a matter of deep concern. I would say that Kashmiris have always suffered, and specifically targeting a community will not yield any result.
But sir,
and
no
this is the time that the government of India.
If doctors are being caught red-handed with explosives in their houses, if doctors are, found to be part of these white-collar terror modules that are being busted, then why are you jumping to this conclusion that a particular community is being targeted? Why is this smokescreen being created that Kashmiri Muslims only are being targeted? Who is saying that, sir? I spoke about doctors. Now these doctors are those who are supposed to protect people, but they became demons. Look what they have done. Can you deny it? Why are you trying to bring religion into this whole thing is my question.
That's why I said that it is a matter of great concern. Why doctors are choosing this path. The people who are at the helm of affairs must investigate.
Okay. Sanju Verma, please respond to what Zishan Rana Gujar has said and what Advocate Nikhil Jain has said, and then I'll go across to Atikur Rahman.
Okay. Hina, first and foremost, let me make one thing very clear. I'm not going to be sitting here and taking lessons in accountability from Nikhil Jain, who's even scared to admit that he's part of Congress ecosystem. He masquerades as a political analyst, but this is not a personal issue where he and me have to go into loggerheads. I want to come to the moot point. Ruling government kya kar rahi hai? Ruling government ne ye kiya hai. After the Uri attack happened, we conducted the surgical strike in 2016. It was for the first time in more than 6.5 decades that the armed forces actually crossed the line of control and avenged what happened in Uri. Then let's talk about 2019 Balakot strike, where we avenged Pulwama by not just crossing the LOC but by crossing the international border. It happened for the first time in 7 decades. Then let's talk about the recent Operation Sindoor after the dastardly Pahalgam terror attack. We not only crossed the LOC, we not only crossed the international border, we struck at the heart of Rawalpindi by destroying more than 14 air defense systems of Pakistan, destroying over 100 terrorists and almost obliterating Masood Azhar's family. But Hina, very quickly, I want to say this. The very Congress Darbari ecosystem, which is ready to extract its pound of flesh and politicize every terror incident, till date, they have not answered why 26/11 Mumbai terror attack of 2008 was not avenged by Sonia Gandhi's proxy government, despite the then Indian Air Force Chief Fali Homi Major clearly saying we were well prepared, but Sonia Gandhi and Manmohan Singh ne approval देने से मना कर दिया. They said लश्कर-ए-तैयबा के खिलाफ कोई एक्शन नहीं लेना चाहिए. And very quickly here, only 2 months back, Charanjit Singh Channi said, ये बीजेपी वाले भला पाकिस्तान को कसूरवार क्यों कह रहे हैं? How do we know Pakistan is behind Pahalgam terror attack? And the same Nikhil Jain had nothing to say against Charanjit Singh Channi.
Nikhil Jain, Advocate Nikhil Jain, quick rebuttal, then Professor Atikur Rahman.
First of all, she talks about how in Pathankot, after the Uri attack, the Uri Air Force Base attack, when the government struck in Pathankot, that was the first time the LOC was crossed in 6.5 decades. That's an absolute lie. Operation Ginger, our brave Jawans crossed the LOC, beheaded Pakistani soldiers and brought their heads back in retaliation to a similar dastardly attack conducted by Pakistan earlier, number one. Number two, she also keeps on forgetting that we have fought 3 wars against Pakistan. We have won all 3 of them. 2 of them were during a Congress era, in one of them. We actually crossed the international border. Our tanks were about to go to Lahore, but for her, probably independence happened only in 2014. Then she talks about the Operation Sindoor after Pahalgam. No, that's very important, Hina. Operation Sindoor was a strategic mistake of the government, but the valor of the forces.
Operation Sindoor, you are saying, was a strategic mistake of the government? One second, what are you saying? What did you just say, Advocate Nikhil Jain? You are saying Operation Sindoor was a strategic mistake of the government?
This is not me. No. That is what our military leadership has said. Hina.
No. One second. What are you saying? You just said Operation Sindoor was a strategic mistake of a government?
I'll tell you. Strategic mistakes of the government in Operation Sindoor insofar as telling the Air Force not to strike targets of the Pakistani Air Force while we were entering into their territory, which is something that military leadership has itself admitted. And then to come up with this useless security doctrine that says every act of terror is an act of war.
Indian armed forces made it absolutely clear that they were given the free hand. What are you talking about? Why are you spreading fake news?
The armed forces had also made...
Air Chief himself had said that free hand was given. Advocate Nikhil Jain, what are you talking about? Their hands were not tied.
No. Do you want me to show proof? Hina, do you want me to show proof? No, their hands were tied. That is what the military has said.
You don't want to believe the Air Chief also. You don't want to believe the Air Chief also. Anyways, you are trying to derail the entire debate. That's not what we are discussing here today. I gave you an opportunity for a rebuttal because specific points were raised by Sanju Verma. Anyways, coming back to the issue that we are discussing. One second, it just can't be a debate between two people. We are talking about something specific. I want to go across to Professor Atikur Rahman as well. Professor Atikur Rahman, coming back to the moot point that we are discussing here, even as the investigation is going on, why is an alibi being given to these doctors who turned demons, who did not even think twice before getting ready to become a plot to kill fellow Indians, sir? Why is there a need to give them some kind of a alibi and this kind of a, creating this layer wherein you're giving them a benefit of doubt? Why? What is the need?
Hina, I have no inhibition saying that radical Islam is a challenge for not only the Indian government, but the community of Islam, the Muslims themselves. We need to put our heads to shame. We need to introspect. Our community leaders have failed. Now, the same question I would be asking to the BJP spokesperson, and I am thankful to Mr. Ved. He pointed out Babri Masjid, not me. He pointed out that is this indoctrination not because of the Babri Masjid and so many other factors. Sardar Patel, Hina, had said that if you make the minorities insecure, you will have to face the alienation of any community will be a very, very large scale, this thing on the nation. Why is the BJP since 10 years
are you trying to say that a specific community is being made to feel insecure? One second. Professor Atikur Rahman, are you trying to say that a specific community is being made to feel insecure and that is the reason why they are getting indoctrinated, they are getting radicalized? Was it the same case with terrorists like Osama bin Laden? Dr. Atiq, who was in fact the first one to get arrested in this particular module, he was earning 4 lakh rupees a month. What was the insecurity? Can you explain to me?
I as a responsible Indian citizen would say that I have all the reservations against the BJP government. But terror is not the solution. Dialogue is the solution. My youth have failed. My community has failed. Indoctrination, terrorism, killing innocent people is not the solution.
Before I get Sanju Verma to respond to that, I want to go across to Mr. Ved once again. Ved, sir, the point really is that, investigation is going on. Don't you think our politicians, political parties should exercise some restraint at this juncture? Because anything that is said right now could actually make the situation quite volatile. And why give a clean chit to Pakistan completely, sir?
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. The politicians should first wait for the investigations to be completed and then make whatever comments they would like to make. See, the feeling that is against Kashmiris, it's not right. Dr. Shahina is not from Kashmir, she is from Lucknow. There are doctors other than Kashmir also involved. It is not against any community in particular. Much of this operation has been led by J&K police, where 70% are Kashmiri Muslims. So I don't think it's against it. But we must understand that investigation has revealed how Pakistan ISI arranged a meeting of some of these doctors were taken to Turkey, where meeting was arranged, where they, Dr. Muzaffar and others with the handler of ISI met in Turkey, and how all this plan was hatched. It has international ramifications, not only interstate ramifications. So it's a very serious issue. Should not be, you just can't write it off by political statements. I think it's a threat to the country and we need to be very, very serious about it. As far as Dr. Farooq Abdullah's statement, he is a very seasoned politician. He has been my chief minister. I have worked under him. But Dr. Farooq Abdullah should also, he knows it, how ISI is doing it. You see, India, those times are gone. I completely agree with him that you can't change the neighbors. Fine. But then today, Pakistan is controlled by an army, a radical army chief who is getting encouraged with having lunch with President of USA, Donald Trump.
Right.
And China already Turkey supports them. So he thinks this is the right time to actually take revenge from India or set.
And if this is the situation, if this is the kind of circumstance that we are in, why should politicians not exercise restraint is the question. Closing comments, Sanju Verma and then Professor Advocate Nikhil Jain. Yes, very, very quickly, 10 seconds.
No, Hina, I will need more than 10 seconds because Nikhil Jain made a very
I'm completely out of time, unfortunately, Sanju, but because I promised I'll come back to you. Closing comments, please. Yes.
Yeah. I take strong objection to the highly irresponsible statement by Nikhil Jain saying that Operation Sindoor was a strategic mistake. You know, when you caught him off guard and demanded an explanation, he tried giving some kind of abba dabba jabba kind of excuses. Don't defame the Indian army and our brave hearts by saying Operation Sindoor was a strategic mistake. And I just want to say one thing to people who keep saying, Modi government ne kya kiya? Modi government ne kya kiya? Sabse badi achievement is completely obliterating Naxalism and Naxal terror. Hina, in 10 seconds, in the last 6 months, 2,100 Naxalites have surrendered, 1,785 Naxalites have been arrested, and 477 Naxalites have been neutralized thanks to the conviction of Narendra Modi and Union Home Minister Amit Shah. So please don't sit here and make light of our achievements as a nation.
And Advocate Nikhil Jain, I'm verbatim reading out for you what Chief of Air Staff, Air Chief Marshal AP Singh had said. A key reason for success was the presence of political will. There were very clear directions given to us. No restrictions were put on us. If there were any restraints, they were self-made. This is what he had said. That was to put things on record. Closing comments, 10 seconds.
Hina, please also read out statements from various military leaders.
No, but can you deny this? I know you have a long list of statements that you can read out for our viewers, but can you deny this?
You can't interject me.
No, can you deny this? You tell me this first. You cannot just lie on the debate and then say, I have other statements to read as well. Can you deny this?
I am not lying on the debate. No, Hina, you can't make the charge against me. No, I said military leaders had pointed out to the limitations
what
the government had put on them.
Can you deny this? Can you deny what Air Chief had said?
You can't keep on interjecting in my closing comments.
No, can you deny this?
To conduct the debate.
Can you deny this?
Hina, this is not a way to conduct the
debate. No, can you deny this?
In my closing comment.
Can you deny this? I'm not going to get lessons from you on how to conduct a debate.
Can you deny the comments made earlier?
No. Can you deny what I have said just now or not?
Can you deny the comments made by military leader? I am asking you, can
Who
you
should
deny
we
this
believe,
comment
the air
made by
chief or
military
somebody
leaders
else?
earlier? Can you deny the fact that our forces were not allowed to strike?
Oh my
Our
God,
forces
I
were
don't
not
know
allowed
what
to
language
strike
you will
military
understand.
bases on the
Advocate
first day of
Nikhil
the
Jain, I'm
operation.
reading out a
That
statement
is
for
for
you. This is something what the
language do
Air
you
Chief
understand, Hina?
Marshal AP Singh had said. He himself had said. Can you deny
Read
it?
out the other statements. Read out the other statements.
No,
Read
if
out
he's
the
saying
statement
that
from
there
the
was
defense attaché
political
to
will, that was the
Indonesia,
reason
Captain
behind
Shiv
the success of
Kumar.
this
Read out the
operation,
statement of
you don't want to
Brigadier
believe
Sajid
this
Chauhan.
because it does not
Read out
suit
the
your
statement
narrative.
of the Lieutenant General, I'm forgetting his name. See, let's not bring the forces into narratives. You can't cherry pick comments by military leaders
Come
and
on.
say this one suits
Come
the BJP.
on.
So I'm going to
Advocate
only
Nikhil
read this one
Jain.
on the air. And I'm not going to read the one that puts the BJP in the dock.
You should
Let
be
me just
the
answer
one,
on the last comment.
I should
closing
actually be
comment.
the one
Let me
saying
just
that.
answer on the
Don't
closing
cherry
comment.
pick the
10
arguments
seconds,
that
I'll
suit
complete.
you. Anyways, I'm completely out of time. But thank you very much, all of you, for joining us here on debate number 1. We'll slip into a very, very short break. We'll be back with debate number 2. Stay with us.